Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Today I'm trying uh, doing a class a little bit differently. I'm not going to do Google Meet. Instead, I'm going to do this, okay, a video recording because I know that some students have problems attending classes live. So let's try this method this week and see if it works. I hope to get feedbacks from you whether you prefer this method or using Google Meet. Which one do you think is better? Okay, so without further ado, we are going to continue from where we left off last week. Um, we are still in Unit 1, so what I want you to do is to have your textbook, your digital textbook with you, and a book. Okay, how this is going to work is at some points in this video, I'm going to ask you to hit the pause button and then to do the exercises. And then after you have finished, you're going to continue, press play, and we're going to check the answers together. So I hope you understand. Without further ado, we are going to look at the textbook. This is page 8. We are going to be doing vocabulary. Okay, so exercise number 1. Again, please make sure that you have your notebooks ready with you. Okay, exercise 1. The words in bold are in the wrong places. Write them in the correct places. Wait, let me see if I can just put my picture here. Yeah, that way you can see both me and the textbook. Okay. So there are a few words here which are in bold, which are peers, rakan sebaya, strangers, orang asing, coach. Of course, you know coach is coach. Colleagues. This might be new to some people. Colleagues is rakan sejawat. And then we have classmates. Of course, classmates. I'm sure everybody knows this. Enemy, musuh, relatives, saudara mara, and finally we have partner. Partner lah. Okay, so what you need to do is to put these words in the right sentences because some of them, no, yeah, not some of them, all of them are in the wrong places. For example, number 1, Molly spends a lot of time with her extended family. She and her parents see her grandparents and other, what? Is it other strangers, other coach, other colleagues, other classmates, other enemy, other relatives, or other partner? Okay? So write this sentence with the correct answer here in your book. Okay, so you may pause the video now, and after you have finished, continue to check the answers. So press the pause button now. Alright? Okay, I hope you have finished. You better finish if you press the pause, the play button. Okay, so number 1. Molly spends a lot of time with her extended family. She and her parents see her grandparents and other relatives. That's right. Relatives is the answer for number 1, regularly. Number 2, your, the answer is peers. Rakan sebaya are usually people who are the same age and part of the same social group as you. Okay. Number 3, everyone loves Uncle Joe. He hasn't got a or an in the world. He hasn't got what? Everybody loves him. So he hasn't got an enemy. Very good. You got the right answer. Number 4, our biology teacher is taking my classmates, yes, and me to the Natural History Museum. Number 5, when you work in a small office, it's important that you get along with all your... It's talking about work, so it must be rakan sejawat. What's that word? Yes, colleagues. 6, Mr. Taylor is my father's business. The answer here is, that's right, partner. They started a record company 10 years ago. 7, you should tell your children to avoid talking to strangers. Very good. And number 8, Mrs. Cooper is our basketball coach. This week she is teaching us to shoot skills. Alright, I hope you got all the answers correctly there. And we'll move on to exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with both words. So there are 4 questions here, and each question has 2 verbs. These are all verbs, kata kerja ya. So we have discuss and argue. Discuss means bincang, argue, bergaduh. Make sure you pronounce the word correctly, discuss, and not mispronounce, tak tersilap sebut dia as disgust, because disgust means jijik, nyampah. Okay, so discuss, argue. Number 2, we have criticize, mengkritik, and advise, menasihati. 3, grumble, grumble, merungut, and gossip. I'm sure you know what gossip means. Number 4, praises, puji, memuji, and accuses, menuduh. Okay, so fill in the blanks here. So here is either argue or discuss. Here, argue or discuss. So if it's argue here, discuss here. If it's discuss here, argue here. Okay, so if you understand, please pause the video and we'll discuss the answers after you finished all the exercises. So again, please write this in your notebook. Okay, pause. Okay, you have finished. Very good. Number 1, let's sit down and discuss this like adults. Why do we have to argue about things all the time? Number 2, if you want a better relationship with your son, is it advise or criticize you? That's right, the answer is advise. I'd advise you to not criticize what he does all the time. 3, my father likes to grumble or gossip about the weather. You can't gossip about the weather. That's right. So the answer is grumble about the weather. Merungut, grumble. Whereas, manakala, my mother loves to gossip about the neighbors. Typical. Number 4, Dad often praises or accuses grandma of not being strict enough with me. The answer is yes, accuses grandma of not being strict enough with me. He says that she praises me no matter what I do. Okay, so ayah dia kata nenek dia asyik puji je dia, always, all the time. Okay, and grandmothers are usually very soft to their grandchildren. Okay, I hope you got all the answers here correctly. If you didn't, please make sure you write the correct answers. Number 3, we're moving to exercise number 3. Complete the words related to different kinds of feelings. Write a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. So these are vowels on each line. So as you can see here, these words are all feelings. You need to complete the word by filling in the blanks with a vowel letter. Okay, so for example, my parents never listen to what I have to say. I feel so what? Complete the word with the vowels. Alright, now please do the exercise and pause. Okay, now that you have finished, let's discuss the answers. Number 1, my parents never listen to what I have to say. I feel so... That's right, it's frustrated. F-R-U-S-T-R-A-T-E-D. Frustrated. Fras. Bahasa Melayu dia fras. Number 2, Nancy got angry and shouted at her grandfather. Now she feels ashamed. Very good. Ashamed. Malu. A-S-H-A-M-E-D of her behavior. 3, if you want to get along in this company, You must be respectful. Respectful. Respectful towards everyone you work with. Okay? Menghormati. Respectful. Aunt March is always smiling and laughing. She's such a cheerful. Cheerful. person. Mom and Dad are usually very calm people. Tenang. Calm. But they do get angry if they think I'm not trying my best. Number 6. Why do you never help out with the chores? Don't you feel guilty? That's right. Guilty. Guilty. Bersalah when your mom does everything. 7. Tony had an argument with his best friend, and now he isn't talking to him. He feels miserable. 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 Okay? Rasa sengsara, rasa tak sedap. Okay, that's miserable. Tak sedar hati, tak senang duduk. Okay, some things like that. 8. Janet's family was very proud. That's the right answer. Proud of her when she came first in her class. Okay, so please check your answers and make sure you get everything correctly. Again, if you make any mistakes, please do write the correct answers there. And that will be all for our class today. Let me tell you what you feel about this format. Do you like having classes like this? Or again, if you prefer to have classes on Google Meet, please just tell me, and we will set the classes accordingly. Whether you prefer to just watch a video so you can watch it at your own convenience, you can do it anytime you want, or we have our classes strictly at the time that we have determined. Anyways, thank you very much everybody for doing your exercises. I hope you have learned some new vocabularies today, and I will see you in the next one. Assalamualaikum.